Today we will learn how to subtract integers. Children, we know that every natural number has its opposite. So opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. Opposite of plus 7 is minus 7. Let's find out the opposite of negative numbers. Opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. Opposite of minus 43 is plus 43. And so on. Now in general, for every integer a, there exists its opposite such that a plus minus a equal to 0. In the above examples, 2 plus minus 2 equal to 0. Or minus 5 plus 5 equal to 0. So if we add the opposite to the given integer, we get 0. Now the opposite of a given integer is also called its additive inverse. Now subtraction is opposite to the addition of integers. So to subtract an integer, we change it into addition operation by adding the opposite of second number. This will become clear from the following examples. First is 7 minus 12. So here I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of plus 12, which is minus 12. Now I can use the rules of adding integers. Here the two integers have opposite signs, so I find the difference of their absolute value. So 12 minus 7 is equal to 5. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it, so I put minus sign in the answer and I get minus 5. Now second, now 15. Now here again I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take opposite of minus 8, which is plus 8. Now both integers are positive, so I add them and I get 23. Now let's do the next one. Minus 32 minus 9. So here again I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take opposite of plus 9, which is minus 9. Now both the integers are negative, so I add their absolute values. So 32 plus 9 is equal to 41. Now the common sign of both the integers is minus. So I put minus sign with the answer. I get minus 41. Now minus 25. So here again I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take opposite of minus 4, which is plus 4. Now the two integers have opposite signs, so I find the difference of their absolute values. So 25 minus 4 is equal to 21. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it, so I write minus sign in the answer, so I get minus 21. Now let's move to the next question. Subtract 13 from 6. Here the word is from. So the order of the integers is very important. So it is second integer minus first integer. So let's do this question now. So here I write 6, then I put subtraction sign and I write the first integer, which is 13. Now I change subtraction sign to addition and I take the opposite of plus 13, which is minus 13. Now the two integers have opposite sign, so I find the difference of their absolute values. So 13 minus 6 is equal to 7. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it, so I put minus sign in the answer. I get minus 7. So next is subtract minus 7 from minus 21. So I write minus 21, then I put subtraction sign and then I write the first integer, which is minus 7. Children, be careful about the signs of the integers. So here again I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of minus 7, which is plus 7. Now the two integers have opposite sign, so I find the difference of their absolute value. So 21 minus 7 is equal to 14. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it, so I put minus sign in the answer, so I get minus 14. Now next is subtract minus 71 from minus 175. So I write minus 175, then I put subtraction sign and then I write the first integer, which is minus 71. Now first integer I write as it is. Now I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of minus 71, which is plus 71. Now the two integers, they have opposite sign. So I find the difference of their absolute values. So 175 minus 71 is equal to 104. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it. So I put minus sign in the answer. So I get minus 104. Now let's subtract minus 52 from 38. So I write 38. I put minus sign for subtraction and then I write the first integer, which is minus 52. Now 38, and I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of minus 52, which is plus 52. Now both the integers are positive, so I add them, which is equal to 90. Now next is evaluate or simplify. So let's do here. I will write 380. Now I change minus or the subtraction sign to addition sign and I take opposite of minus 120, which is plus 120. Again I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of minus 65, which is plus 65. Now all the three integers are positive, so I add them and I get 565. Now the next question. So here we have 15 plus minus 9. Now I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take opposite of 2, which is minus 2. Again I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take opposite of minus 3, which is plus 3. Now I will write positive integers together and the negative integers together. So I have 15 plus 3, then plus sign, and minus 9 plus minus 2. So first I add positive integer, so I get here 18 plus. Now I will add the two negative integers, so I will get minus 11. So here the two integers have opposite sign, so I find the difference of their absolute value. So 18 minus 11 is equal to 7, and the greater absolute value is positive here, so our answer is simply 7. Now let's subtract integers on number line. So first is subtract minus 4 from minus 11. So I write minus 11, then I put subtraction sign and then I write the first integer, which is minus 4. Now I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of minus 4, which is plus 4. Now we know the rule to add a positive integer. We have to move to the right side. Now first integer is negative here, so I start from 0 and I move to left side of 0 11 steps. So I reach at minus 11. Now I have to move to the right of minus 11 4 steps. So I reach at minus 7. So here I get minus 7. Now next is subtract 5 from minus 8. So I write minus 8, then I put minus sign for subtraction and then I write the second integer. The first integer, which is 5. Now here I get minus 8. I change subtraction sign to addition and I take the opposite of plus 5, which is minus 5. Now to add a negative integer, we have to move to the left. So first I start from 0 and I move 8 steps to the left to reach at minus 8. So again I have to move to the left to add a negative integer. So I move 5 steps to the left and I reach at minus 13. So here our answer is minus 13. Children, now it's practice time, so get ready with your registers and do these questions. Now first is find the successor and predecessor of minus 99. Now first let's find out the successor. To find the successor, we have to add 1. So in minus 99 we add 1. Now the two integers have opposite sign, so we find the difference of their absolute values. So 99 minus 1 is 98. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it, so I get minus 98. Now let's find out the predecessor. Now I have to subtract 1. So minus 99 minus 1. I can write it as minus 99. I change subtraction sign to addition sign and I take the opposite of 1, which is minus 1. So minus 99 minus 1. So I get minus 100. Now next is find the value of minus absolute value of minus 4. Now we know that absolute value is always positive. So the absolute value of minus 4 is plus 4. But here the minus sign is outside the absolute value, so I have to take this sign with my answer, so I get minus 4. Now next is write the additive inverse of 49. So additive inverse means the opposites. So opposite of 49 is minus 49. Opposite of minus 2012 is plus 2012. Opposite of 3197 is minus 3197. Now next is simplify. So let's do this. So here you can see some positive integers and negative integers. So first I write the positive integer. So there is only one positive integer, so I write that 13. Then I write all the negative integers. Now I write 13 and then I add all the negative integers. Now if I add all the negative integers, I will get minus 28. Now the two integers, they have opposite signs, so I find the difference of their absolute values. So 28 minus 13 is equal to 15. Now the greater absolute value has minus sign with it, so I write minus sign in the answer. So I get minus 15. Now let's do the next one. So here I write the positive integers first, so 109 plus 210. Then I write the negative integers. So minus 230, minus 10, minus 2. So here I add the positive integers and I get 319. Now if I add all the three negative integers, I will get minus 242. Now the two integers have opposite sign, so I find the difference of their absolute values. So 319 minus 242, I get 77. And since the greater absolute value is positive here, so our answer is 77. So children, you will be getting worksheet to practice